Currently, I am an Oakland resident and a second-year teacher, and I'm going to pick up on something you just mentioned, which is that a couple years ago, 72% of OUSD teachers left within 5 years, which is nearly 50% higher than the national average. So we all know that OUSD teachers deserve a better salary, but in addition to overall salaries, or higher overall salaries, sorry, which specific initiatives related to salary, working conditions, and professional growth would you support as a board member to increase retention of OUSD teachers?
Can I support them all? Can I support them all? Just as a teacher, my wife's a teacher. I came up as a teacher. I came up respecting and loving so many teachers. First, I will say the one thing that nobody can fight, no teacher will fight about that Michelle Reed did was make the cap salary $99,000 after 3 years, right? That's in that, to speak as a capitalist, if you offer somebody a $100,000 opportunity after 3 years of work, more people are going to take it, right? It's common sense. We're treating teachers in a way that doesn't respect that reality. Here's $50,000 and the keys to your $500,000 house. One of them's got to give. So if we can figure out a way to effectively pay teachers, we can, I think, solve a large part of the problem. Professional development is just so important. I mean, the opportunity to, during school year, yes, but you're kind of locked in and you're dead red on your kids during the year. But I'm all for those kind of professional development opportunities for sure. But, teachers, if they are willing to get those deep, intensive training sessions in the summer over Christmas break, God forbid, if you want to do that extra work, I think you should. And those are the things that I would support. I'll leave the other one out because I think it's going to be tough enough to get pay. I think pay is at the top of my list. But I also know that I don't know how to get those funds. I don't know how to get that done yet. But it's with the help of GO. It's with the help of OC. It's with the help of groups. It's with the help of the current board, if you ask me. Because I really, just to take a step back, I really don't believe my campaigning through November is all about me developing the message. These people are on the ground. They're working there right now. So that's my question when I sit down and meet with board members is, what about teacher pay? Okay, how are we going to level this out? Are there things that you've seen in your term that make it so that we can increase pay across the board? And not yet have they come back to me with a solid answer, because it's a tough question. It's a very tough question, but those are the two. I won't say all three because I'd look like a flip-flopper or something.
Just kind of as a follow-up, right now, teachers are compensated on a schedule that's about kind of years of experience and then kind of steps based on kind of higher education units. How would you advocate to innovate on that salary schedule, or would you? What are your thoughts?
I would advocate it, and again, this goes back to the early questions you were asking about site-based decisions, because I think when you dive into that, the principal's on the ground, okay. He or she is going to know where to flex, how to give, because you have this consideration, okay, your resume says you've done this, and you've achieved this academic pedigree, okay, and that we can pay you based on that. But at the school site level, if you have a strong principal, if you have a strong accountability practice in place that allows the site council, that allows the board even to go back and look at your steps, and you can say, you know what, I can justify making a different kind of hiring decision or a different kind of pay-based decision, adding to it. So I am for that, but it can only come with those caveats. We have to have a strong principal. And by strong, I mean, that means a principal who sat down at the table and said, okay, here's our plan, here's our process around pay, here are our standards, here's where we don't move, but here if we see a unique situation, okay, that means that we're either going to have to meet and re-talk and talk about free funds, or in advance we'll have to have a pool of money that we can dedicate to this. And so it's very careful, because at the central office, their worry is probably, well, if we give them all this autonomy and all this money, then it's probably not going to get spent the right way. So we have to answer that question. But that's how I would deal with it. Ideally, I would like to place that power into the hands of the principal and his council of leaders so that they can vet the budget that way. But ultimately, I think all of these need to come through one process where one guy looks at it and says, oh, this doesn't look right. That should be one guy's job, to do that. And he doesn't exist right now in the way that I want him to. So,
I think that actually wraps up our questions.
awesome.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.